Good googly oogly oogly moo! You've got Professor Morte here of Atlanta's Silver Screen Smoke Show, and you're watching Son of Celluloid! 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 Son of Celluloid!
How's it going, cellmates? It's Nathan Hamilton here, and this is Crystal Lake. And we're right outside of Stockton, Alabama, and this is the shooting location from Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. And it was on this very pier, even though it was a little bit longer then, that Kane Hodder, as Jason, was vanquished for the first time. Classic scene, classic movie, classic location. Me and all my degenerate friends have been hanging out not very far from here all weekend, doing drugs and having sex and drinking. Figuring what the hell's the worst that can happen? Welcome to Son of Celluloid. Marilyn Burns said on in an interview that they actually cut her finger during that scene. So were you actually sucking her blood?
Yeah, but see, I didn't even know that until just a few years ago. Actually, it might have been last year here that I found out at a Q&A that came up, and I was like, what?
You mean? A minute.
Yeah, we just never wanted to tell you. I was like, son of a bitch. You know? And now it would be like assault with bodily fluids or something. Right. You know, it'd be against the law to do that. Shove somebody's bloody finger in your mouth. But
now we've heard all the stories about how intense and arduous filming that dinner scene was.
Terrible.
How much worse was it for you and all those prosthetics?
It was as bad. Actually, it was so bad for everybody. I don't think anybody was any. Obviously, nobody was any less comfortable than I was, but I don't think anybody was any. We had reached a point there where we were almost 30 hours in on a very, 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 very hot, uncomfortable set, and really nasty conditions. So we probably all peaked out. We were probably all about at the same level of discomfort. I probably reached my peak way earlier than they did. But by the time we were done, we were all fucking miserable, I just probably was miserable maybe 10 hours before they were all miserable. But you can only get so miserable. Does that make any fucking sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. At some point, you just plateau.
Yeah,
with
it's like everybody's flatland.
Yeah.
That's it. Can't get no worse.
This sucks.
Let's kill her and go home.
Yeah, right.
Let's just fucking kill her.
And now it's time for Great Hard Quotes
with Joe's mom.
This episode, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Part 2.
You have one choice, boy. Sex or the saw. Sex is, well, nobody knows. But the saw is family.
This has been Great Hard Quotes
with Joe's mom.
Hey there, cellmates. It's time for this episode's Indie Horror Spotlight, and this time around we're talking about Beverly Lane. Beverly Lane's a flick I've had in mind to feature on the show ever since I had the idea for a Son of Celluloid show way back, so I'm extremely excited to finally get to tell you about it. Comes to us from 3 O'Clock Productions and Arsonist Pictures, and was directed by a guy by the name of Joshua Hall. I first became aware of Joshua's work after seeing a great short he did called Voiceover. It was on the Collective, I want to say Volume 5, but don't quote me on that one. Now, Beverly Lane is a zombie comedy. Before you even say it, I know exactly what you're thinking. It's the same thing I was thinking when I heard about it. The zombie comedy subgenre is completely flooded, and the vast majority of them suck. I agree with you 100%. But as we've seen with those rare gems like A Little Bit Zombie and The Revenant and The Battery, when a zom-com really gets it, it can be really good. Well, Beverly Lane gets it, and yes, it's really good. Tells the story of a retirement party at a metal company. The boss is going away, so they throw him a Coney Island-themed party. It's got magicians and a mime and barbershop singers and the clown mafia and zombies. Yeah, they planned this party on day one of the zombie apocalypse. It was kind of the ultimate party pooper. It takes the whole classic Night of the Living Dead template of taking all of your survivors and putting them all in one central location with the zombies outside trying to get in. That was a really smart move. When those interpersonal relationships carry the story, it gives the writing a lot of room to shine. And shine it does. The dialogue in this flick is excellent. The hilarious lines just keep on coming. The story never really slows down. And, it's just clicking on all cylinders. You gotta have good acting to carry off an ensemble piece like that. And while everyone in this movie is not exactly given a tour de force performance, they're absolutely authentic to the character they're playing, and most importantly, they have great chemistry. Chemistry is the most important thing if you're going to be spending the entire movie with this small group of characters. There is some zombie mayhem. I'll be honest, it probably could have used a little more punch, but it doesn't really matter because this movie isn't going for the guts, it's going for the laughs. Guts are easy. Laughs are tough, as we can see from the state of the vast majority of zom-coms out there. Beverly Lane, however, is hilarious. I never stopped laughing. I am extremely picky about my comedies. I don't like 90% of the comedy out there. This flick, I loved it. It was a great movie. It's a must-see. I highly recommend it. I'm going to put the URL where you can get it right down there. It's kind of a wonky URL, so I'm going to put it down there in the comments section too, so you can just, comment and, go to the comments and cut and paste. It'll be easier that way. So, go out and get yourself a copy of Beverly Lane, laugh your ass off, and support independent horror.
His interviews come from the darkest pits of hell.
Do you actually know what model chainsaw you were using? Do you remember?
There were two different ones.
Okay.
The first one is a Husqvarna what the heck was the number? A 455 or something like that.
Okay.
And I think it had a 28-inch bar on it. And then the second one is a Stihl, which is a great saw. Well, actually, they were both great saws. They started all the time. I mean, they were, yeah. I mean, I have a little home light at home. I wish I had one of those. They're nice. The Stihl had I believe it's a 30-inch bar.
Nice.
So it was a little bit bigger. Heavy as hell.
Yeah.
But they're all real chainsaws. You'll never see Leatherface holding a fake chainsaw.
Excellent. That's credibility right there.
That's right.
Integrity, damn it.
Yeah.
Now, only those of us who, because I use the saw at the haunted houses, only the people who handle the saw really know when you crank it, a switch kind of goes off, and it informs like your body movement and everything else. Yeah. How would you describe that?
Yeah, it is different. It's an amazing machine. All I can say is if anybody ever offers anybody the opportunity, they say, "Here, I'm going to put this skin mask on you. I'm gonna hand you this chainsaw and cover you with blood. I want you to start it, and then I want you to chase that girl like you want to kill her." Everybody should do that.
Best day on the job ever.
Oh man. There's nothing like it.
A face of an angel that you know all too well. All their lies you choose not to see. Youth are broken of all their dreams. There's corporations built on bloody schemes. They laugh as innocence bleeds. Murder starts for those who don't wear the mark. Nothing sacred left in their blood.
That's all the time we got for this episode, Cellmates. Congratulations to Jesse Brooke, who won the autographed Casket Creatures EP over at www.sonofcelluloid.com. Make sure you're keeping an eye out over there, because my next giveaway will be up real soon. Keep those suggestions and comments coming at fromhell13@aol.com. And actually get to end this episode without a memorial. Yeah, no one in the horror industry seems to have died since the last episode. So just make sure you're here in 2 weeks for another episode of the Son of Celluloid Show. What do you mean they announced the end of FearNet? Damn it!
His interview.